what we do here is go back.
Big gun.
At about 2 weeks out from our desired departure date, we get started on passage prep. With the all clear for a safe weather window, it is time to head into town to provision, so we have fresh produce aboard to get us through to our next destination.
Look at it. Oh goodness. That's why we don't let her drive anything.
You do let me drive,
Laura has a tendency to drive via braille. Our last car was perfect initially. After 3 weeks with Laura, had about 20 dents. The poles move, of course they do.
Now what?
Climb in.
Any preference to where all this stuff goes in the dinghy? The dogs are set. And away with you. To avoid losing the whole batch of dog kibble, we divide portions into Ziploc bags. This reduces moisture exposure, and by removing the paper bag, removes the risk of insect infestation, as eggs of weevils and cockroaches may have already been laid within its fibres. However, something else has infiltrated this bag. What are you doing, Giz? Not interested at all. It's focused on the goal.
Buddy, come on. Come on. Out of there.
Doesn't care. Giz. Come on out. You happy with yourself? For over a month now, we've had no break from the overcast conditions, and this means we're using propane for cooking rather than our induction cooktop and oven. We installed 1500 watt solar panels last year, which is great until you get lumped with a week or so with no sun. And our little 11-pound propane tank has been going strong for over a year now. The little tank that could. What's going on?
The little gas bottle that can't anymore.
We're out.
We're out after a year and 3 months.
It was when we were in St Simon, so yeah.
So basically a year. He's finished.
So
One 11-pound gas
Yeah.
bottle for 1 year. That's not bad.
Thanks, solar.
Yeah.
So how are we going to get our cup of tea? Because it's cloudy and raining.
Well, we've got another 11-pound gas bottle, don't we? Don't we have 2 others?
Yeah, we're two. But there's obstacles to get to the locker. Yeah, you Munko, you're in the way.
Giz is not moving for anything. Step 1. Clear the area of obstacles so they don't crack the shits and throw it overboard.
We cleared the dogs already.
Oh, look at it.
It's a
Little
mini.
gas bottle that could.
Everything's packed away in some tight spot.
Solved. Pedal back on. Hear it.
Cup of tea time. Prior preparation and planning is prudent. Before a passage, I find it easy to just write down a menu and anything I need to do, so I'm organised. You lose track of days as they go one by one into the night, and watch after watch, you lose track. So that's what I'm doing, and that's how I do things. I pre-cook some things, make them easy meals, smallish serves, but they can just be heated up and eaten. This week has passed quickly, and it's time again for an early morning wake up and another passage south.
Could I get a radio check, please?
Radio check, loud and clear.
Thank you very much.
The sailbag is opened and lines are free to run. The engines go on. And with the passage prep completed, we are off and away. What?
A big post?
Are you close?
There's a big post! You're aiming straight for it.
Yeah, I'm just going over to that side of the channel a bit more.
Yeah, but you're getting pushed that way, Laura.
Okay. We're at 12.
Oh, rotate us, we're falling off again. Starboard forward, port backwards.
No, we're into wind now.
Well, I can see we're not.
Because I'm going to wind, Dustin. Now we're on 5 on starboard.
Exactly, the wind changes quicker than the dial does.
Okay.
Rotate the other way, please.
Which way? Clockwise?
Clockwise. Faster.
You'll have to direct me then.
Port neutral, starboard aft.
Port neutral, yeah.
Okay. Oh, the wind's just flicking around everywhere. Neutral.
Neutral.
Okay, you have to get yourself. Going on around you, and you need to do things much quicker. You can't just rely on me to tell you what's next.
I just can't. I'm doing 2 things at once.
Holy shit! What? It's breaking waves out there. Over that sandbar.
But not where we're going.
You go to the right of that still.
Trying to stow away when we're putting out the screecher. That's probably what Gizmo was looking for last night. It's a flying fish from my last trip.
Oh, that's exactly what he was on.
I'm not touching it though.
Is there one on that side?
It's down on you.
Yeah, he was definitely up for that.
Yuck. It's a bit dried. I don't think there's one in the other one. It'll be mildly unlucky if they both landed in it. Oh, there is one. What the hell? Gizmo was in both these line bags last night and we couldn't work out why. What are the chances of that?
Well, I guess they come up on deck and then they wash back and fall straight in. Right, port shut down.
Engines are off. We're how far out of St. Augustine?
How far are we?
Yeah.
3 miles.
We're only 4 miles out, but we started with a few knots of wind and now we've got 8.
We've got 6, 5.
Oh. We're going slow enough to put the rod out. What's our speed?
3. We're doing 3 knots. We'll get there sometime next month.
Is that because current's going against us or something? No. Oh well, saving fuel. We're going to get into Miami too quick anyway, so we may as well start slowing up now.
I wonder whether we need to shake this reef out. Is this all we're going to get? If it is, we can get it out.
We've got a reef in the main because 20 knots of wind was forecasted. Meanwhile, inside, before I was interrupted to put Screecher up, I was preparing cake and cup of tea. Important. Keep cups or Enviro cups while underway so you don't scald yourself. Are we going backwards?
Nearly. We're doing 1.5.
Oh.
The forecast was 15 to 20.
Should we just put the rods out? And engines on and hope it picks up. Oh, the serenity though. The serenity.
Well, this is a problem. I really don't want to motor again.
But it might pick up later. We can just put the rods out.
In our last 2 trips, we motored a total of 48 hours. No, it'd be more than that. 52 hours.
And what did the forecast guesstimate?
That we'd have a total of like 10 hours of motoring.
Yeah. It's calm though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's calm.
It's like a water spout.
You can't, but there's no wind.
A ray of sunshine. Is it God?
It's got to be a ray sometime.
There's no God either. God's in the wind category. What's going on?
7 knots on the reach.
Feels like we're going 50 though compared to what we just had. At least we're moving. This is peaceful. The Screecher was collapsing before.
I don't mind just flopping along, but when
We got expectations of 15 knots.
when you've put a reef in because you're expecting it to be 15 to 20 offshore, and you get out here and you got 4, you feel a little bit jibbed.
Well, let's do the 20-minute rule and then make a decision.
I want to get to our destination sometime
This year.
Yeah.
Before our cruising permit expires.
I don't.
Why did you illegally stay? Because we were stuck offshore.
Why didn't you motor in? No, we're being too pig-headed.
Yeah.
Yeah, swell coming from that way. Swell coming from that way. Swell coming from that way.
To every way.
Yeah.
But we got wind coming from no way.
The only wind coming from anywhere is from your backside.
Won't it be way too easy for a fish just to swim faster than us and the rod and get off? Because we're going so slow.
Casted it back to land.
Did you get stuck in a tree?
You want me to tell you?
My hand over.
So about 45 minutes ago we had high winds, so they were averaging about 18, 19 knots, and it was gusting into the 20s. So I was veering away each time and running with it a bit, because we're still, well, now we're back to 70 current wind angle. Wind has been coming down for the last 45 minutes since that peak, as you can see, and it's fairly choppy as far as the wind angle goes. It's swinging around a little bit, but obviously there's nothing we can do about it. Just got to deal with it. Swell still coming from the side, like 2 foot, fairly small, but it rocks us a fair bit, so we're getting the bangs when the wind drops out. There's no other boats around except for one in here. He appears and then drops off every so often. There was a tanker that went past ages ago. Other than that, I haven't seen anything on the chart on the RAS.
Okay.
Nothing on the radar as far as weather goes. It looks actually clear. The moon will be up in about 10 or 15 minutes, so we might have a little bit of a brighter night. But the winds have been pretty steady now, but dropping below 15. If it starts gusting into the 20s, then yes, we have to steer away. But if it's maintaining that high winds, we need to reef.
And do you steer away to what, like just about 10 degrees away, or?
120, 130. So I run deep downwind with it until the gust is over, and then come back up.
Oh, so you do a significant amount, like 50 degrees.
Well, I start with just moving a little bit, and if it keeps coming up, I steer away harder.
Okay.
Our speed's been pretty good, except for the last 20 minutes or so. We've kind of died because of the current winds dropping off a bit. But we're still sitting in the 6s and 7s for our speed over ground. It's just the last 15 minutes we've come down to mid-5s. This rocking around from the swell certainly doesn't help.
Well, I'll go check the bilges, that they're dry, and then I'll message Julia our location, like I do every 6 hours, and then I'll be on duty. Where's the 80s disco at? Someone needs sleep. It's a crazy town out here. Rough.
So over to our right there, that lighthouse would be Ponce de Leon Inlet, which is this point right here. And we're about halfway from St. Augustine, where we left from, and Cape Canaveral, where we start to head directly south for a while. Scoot in behind.
That's like a quarter way of the whole trip.
We've done about 45 miles, and the whole trip is 270.
It's not like a tenth. a one of the trip.
A fifth.
Next time, as we rotate shifts on watch, we continue our leg 3 from St. Augustine to Miami, Florida.